Are you feeling lost, confused, and emotionally drained in your relationship? It might be more than just a rough patch. Join us as we uncover the 8 signs you could be dealing with narcissistic abuse. But remember, recognizing these signs is the first step towards reclaiming your power and breaking free from the cycle of abuse. If you find this information helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more empowering content. Hey there, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that's often overlooked but incredibly important: narcissistic abuse. It's not always easy to spot, but understanding the signs can be crucial for your well-being. 1. Manipulation and control. Have you ever had that nagging feeling like you have to watch every step you take around your partner? It's like walking on eggshells, right? Well, guess what? You're not alone. This feeling often creeps in when dealing with narcissistic partners who just love to control everything. They've got a whole bag of tricks up their sleeve, from making you doubt your own thoughts with gaslighting, to shifting the blame onto you for things they did wrong, and even making you feel guilty for things that aren't your fault. Let's break it down. Gaslighting is when they mess with your head so much that you start questioning your own reality. It's like they're playing mind games, and you're stuck trying to figure out what's real and what's not. Then there's blame shifting. Oh boy, this one's a classic. They'll mess up, but somehow it's always your fault. And guilt tripping? That's their way of making you feel bad for things you shouldn't even feel bad about. But here's the kicker. They do all of this to keep you under their control. They want you to doubt yourself, to rely on them for everything, and to never question their authority. It's like they're the puppet master and you're just dancing to their tune. 2. Invalidation of feelings. Ever felt like your feelings were brushed aside or ignored by someone close to you? That's exactly what happens in a narcissistic relationship. See, to them, your emotions are just pieces on their game board, something to manipulate for their own benefit. You pour your heart out, expressing how you feel, only to be met with dismissal or even ridicule. It's like your emotions don't matter, like they're not even real. And the worst part? It happens over and over again, leaving you questioning yourself and your own experiences. Now, here's the thing about emotional abuse. It's sneaky. It doesn't leave bruises or scars that others can see, but it cuts deep nonetheless. When someone consistently invalidates your feelings, it chips away at your sense of self-worth, leaving you feeling small and insignificant. And the isolation? It's a killer. When you're constantly told that your feelings aren't valid, it's easy to start believing it. You withdraw, keeping your emotions bottled up inside, afraid to reach out for help because you don't think anyone will understand. 3. Constant criticism. If you've been dealing with a narcissistic abuser, that might be why. See, these folks thrive on tearing you down, bit by bit, through constant criticism. It's like they have a magnifying glass pointed at every little mistake you make, ready to pounce and make you feel like you're not good enough. Think about it. Imagine doing your best, putting in the effort, only to be met with a laundry list of things you did wrong. It's demoralizing, to say the least. And the worst part? It's not about helping you improve. It's about making you feel small and worthless. Research shows that narcissistic abuse, like constant criticism, can have long-lasting effects on your mental health. It's not just about feeling down in the moment. It can lead to anxiety, depression, and even PTSD. So, if you've been feeling like nothing you do is ever good enough, it might be time to take a step back and reassess the situation. Remember, you deserve to be treated with respect and kindness. If someone is constantly tearing you down instead of building you up, it might be time to reevaluate that relationship and seek support from trusted friends or professionals. You're worthy of love and acceptance just as you are. 4. Emotional roller coaster. Imagine this. 1 minute, everything feels perfect. Your partner is showering you with love and affection, making you feel like you're on cloud 9. But then, in the blink of an eye, it all changes. Suddenly, they're hurling hurtful words at you, tearing you down with their actions, leaving you feeling crushed and confused. This cycle of love bombing followed by emotional attacks is a classic sign of narcissistic abuse. It's like riding a roller coaster of emotions, with highs and lows that leave you feeling dizzy and disoriented. You start questioning yourself, wondering what you did wrong to deserve such treatment. Studies show that this kind of emotional roller coaster can have serious consequences on your mental health. It can lead to anxiety, depression, and a deep sense of insecurity. And the worst part? It can be hard to break free from the cycle, especially when the abuser manipulates you into thinking it's your fault. But here's the thing. You deserve better. You deserve to be with someone who treats you with respect and kindness. not someone who plays with your emotions like a puppet. Recognizing the signs of narcissistic abuse is the first step towards reclaiming your power and breaking free from the toxic cycle. So, if you find yourself on this emotional roller coaster, know that you're not alone, and there is help available. 5. Isolation. Ever feel like you're all alone in the world, with no one to turn to? It could be a sign that you're caught in the web of a narcissistic abuser. These manipulative individuals will stop at nothing to cut you off from the people who care about you the most. When you're isolated from your friends, family, and support networks, who do you have left to rely on? Narcissists thrive on this sense of loneliness, using it as a tool to exert control over every aspect of your life. They want you to believe that they're the only ones who truly understand you, the only ones who can meet your needs. But the truth is, isolation is a classic tactic of emotional abusers. By keeping you away from your loved ones, they can chip away at your self-esteem and independence, making you more dependent on them for validation and approval. Studies show that this kind of isolation can have serious consequences on your mental health. It can lead to feelings of depression, anxiety, and even suicidal thoughts. And the longer you stay isolated, the harder it becomes to break free from the cycle of abuse. 6. Lack of empathy. Empathy? Not in their dictionary. Picture this. You pour your heart out, hoping for a bit of understanding, but all they can see is their reflection. Narcissistic abusers are like emotional black holes, sucking in all the love and care you give them without giving anything back. Let's talk numbers for a second. Studies show that narcissistic personality disorder affects about 6.2% of the population. That means millions of people out there might struggle with empathy, leaving a trail of hurt feelings and shattered relationships in their wake. Imagine trying to navigate a relationship where every conversation feels like you're talking to a brick wall. It's exhausting, right? Well, that's the reality for many folks dealing with narcissistic abuse. And it's not just your feelings that get trampled on, it's your needs too. Narcissistic abusers aren't born this way. Childhood trauma, environmental factors, and even genetics can play a role in shaping their behavior. It's a complex issue that requires understanding and support to address. 7. Boundary violations. Boundaries? Who needs them, right? You try to set a little personal space, but it's like talking to a brick wall with these narcissistic abusers. They bulldoze right through your privacy, trampling over any semblance of respect for your autonomy. That's millions of people out there who might struggle to understand the concept of boundaries, leaving others feeling suffocated and invaded. Imagine trying to have a moment to yourself, only to have it interrupted by their constant need for attention and control. It's like living in a fishbowl with no privacy curtain. Narcissistic behavior isn't just a quirk. It often stems from deep-seated issues like childhood trauma or neglect. It's a complex web of emotions and insecurities that can wreak havoc on relationships. 8. Feeling trapped. Ever been in a situation where it feels like you're stuck in a maze with no exit sign? That's exactly how it feels when dealing with narcissistic abusers. They're masters at trapping you in the relationship, making it seem like there's no way out. Research suggests that approximately 1% of the population suffers from narcissistic personality disorder, NPD. That might seem like a small number, but it translates to millions of people worldwide dealing with the effects of narcissistic abuse. You might find yourself tangled in a web of fear, guilt, and obligation, unable to break free from their grip. And guess what? You're not alone. Studies show that victims of narcissistic abuse often struggle with feelings of helplessness and despair. If any of these signs resonate with you, know that you're not alone. It's important to reach out for support from trusted friends, family members, or professionals who can help you navigate the healing process. Remember, you deserve to be treated with respect and dignity. Don't hesitate to take the first step towards reclaiming your power and breaking free from the cycle of abuse. If you found this information helpful, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more empowering content. Together, we can raise awareness and support those who need it most.